Hi, 1st and 2nd grade. This is Mrs. Ternitza again with your second library lesson. We can't be at school together right now, so we're still doing it online. All right, let's get started. Introduce my technical assistant who's helping me. This is my daughter, Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Bye, Sarah.
Bye.
Okay. All right, guys. So what I would normally be doing with you in library at school, I'm going to do with you at home. All right, our lesson today is Introduction to Reference Sources. And you might be asking yourself, what is a reference source? So that's what we're going to talk about. So let's talk about it. Essential questions. How do you find information to answer questions and solve problems? And when you want to find information, where do you look in the library? Well, if we were in school, I would show you the reference section of our library. But since we're not, I'm just going to show you this. Okay, so this is the word reference. And there is a section in our school library for reference. And these are the three main things that the reference section has in them. We have encyclopedias, we have dictionaries, and we have thesauruses. And these are things that we're going to learn about today. And those are things where you can find information and where you can find information to answer your questions and solve your problems. And we are going to find out what type of information we can find in each of those reference sources. Okay, so your learning intention is that you can identify various reference sources, and success is that you can name and tell how the reference sources are used. Okay, now normally if we were in library, I would put this KWL chart up on the Promethean board and we would do it together, but since we're not, I'm going to do my best to do one here on Miss T's board. Okay, so what I know, well, this is going to be a little hard to do because I'm not with you guys in person, so I don't really know what you already know about those reference sources. But what we can wonder about is how do we use the reference sources? And maybe what kind of information are in the sources. So hopefully we'll be able to find that out today. How do we use them? And what kind of information are in them? And who knows, maybe you could use them to do some of your schoolwork at home. Okay? Then after we've learned this, by the next lesson, we'll be able to put what we have learned. How did we learn to use the sources? And what kind of information did we find out are in the sources? Okay? All right, guys, good job. And I'm pretty sure the KWL chart your teacher has used in the classroom. It's what I know, what I wonder, what I want to learn about, and then after the lesson, what have I learned? So KWL chart is a really good graphic organizer to use to help you gather your information and organize your information, and so that you can understand the different parts of it. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, guys, so that's the KWL chart. All right, Now we are going to listen to a video about reference sources, and it is going to help us learn what these reference sources look like and what we can find in them. So remember, we have encyclopedias, we have dictionaries, and a thesaurus. So let's take a look and listen and see what they look like and what kind of information they have in them.
Reference Materials by Sparkly Barkley. Part 1. Dictionary, Encyclopedia, and Thesaurus. There are lots of reference materials out there to help you find information, like the dictionary, encyclopedia, atlas, thesaurus, and almanac. Today we're going to talk about dictionaries, encyclopedias, and thesaurus. The first one we're going to talk about is the dictionary. The main point of the dictionary is to find a definition or the meaning of a word. It also tells you the parts of speech, pronunciation, or how to pronounce the words. They have guide words, and they're in alphabetical order.
Okay, now here Miss T has one at the house. This is a children's dictionary that my girls have, that both my daughters have used. And so these are the different things that you will find in a dictionary. Okay, let's listen a little bit more.
Here's an example of the definition for the word share. It shows you the word, it tells you the part of speech, which is a verb, it gives you definitions and example sentences, and there's even guide words at the top of the page. The guide words tell you the first and last words on that page. The next reference material...
Okay, so let's go back. Miss T wants to... Alright, oops.
Your definition...
Okay, so let's take a look. So at the top of a dictionary page, you are going to have two words. And these are called guide words. And what these do is this tells you what the first word on the page is, which you can see is share. And if the whole page was there, you would see that the last word on the page is shed. And then if you look next to the word, you'll see it's part of speech. So a lot of you have been learning about your parts of speech. Nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs. Now, if you remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. A verb is an action word. It means something is doing something. And then an adjective is a describing word. So in this one, share is a verb. So it's an action word. And here is the definition. To have, use, or do together with another or others. So here's a sentence showing that word, using that word. They shared the job of cleaning up. Let's share this last orange. All right, guys, let's listen some more.
And example sentences, and there's even guide words at the top of the page. The guide words tell you the first and last words on that page. The next reference material we're going to learn about is the encyclopedia.
Okay, now I really wish we were in school because then I could show you our encyclopedias in our reference section. But if you look here, if you put all the encyclopedias next to each other, it's pretty cool. It like actually makes a picture. But if you see, they have A all the way through to the letter Z. And then there's even an index. And then it gives you the volume numbers. So of course A is going to be volume 1. B is going to be volume 2. These are all separate books, encyclopedias.
The encyclopedia has the most important facts about different topics. They come in what we call articles. They use headings and subheadings, charts, diagrams, pictures, captions, and labels, and they can be general or specific, and they are also in alphabetical order. Here's an example of an encyclopedia article on sharks. Notice that it has a heading at the top of the article. Throughout the article, it uses subheadings to break it down into smaller chunks. They use diagrams, charts, labels, pictures, and even captions to tell you what they're about. Encyclopedias can be general or specific. General encyclopedias cover a whole bunch of different topics. It can cover anything from animals to people to places, wars, pretty much whatever you can think of. Whereas a specific encyclopedia covers one particular topic. That could be science, like the example here, or it could be sports. It could be animal. It could be about famous people like presidents, or even plants. But whatever that topic is the only type of information you will find in that encyclopedia. The next type of reference material we're going to learn about, and the last one, is the thesaurus.
Now, I also wish we were in school now because I could also show you our thesauruses. But our thesauruses at school, they look pretty much like this one. Okay, so let's listen about thesauruses.
Thesaurus is mainly used for synonyms. Sometimes they can have antonyms. They also tell you the parts of speech, just like a dictionary, and the definitions. They use guide words, and they're in alphabetical order.
Okay, so let's look at how a thesaurus is like a dictionary. Okay, it gives you a parts of speech, it has guide words at the top, and it's in ABC order. Not all thesauruses have definitions, but some of them do. Now, let's take a look at the words synonyms and antonyms. Now, I know a lot of students get confused with synonyms. They want to say cinnamon, but no, it's not sweet and tasty like cinnamon. This is called synonyms. And if you look at the S, that means it's a word that means the same as another word. So if you have one word and you're trying to find a word that means the same, then you will be looking for a synonym. Antonyms are opposite. So if you have a word where you're looking for the opposite of that word, then you'd be looking for an antonym.
Here we have an example entry in a thesaurus. The word we're looking at is nice. It tells you the part of speech, it gives you the definition, and even gives you example sentences.
Okay, so let's look. So this is a cool example also. The word nice. So this is in a thesaurus. So remember, we're looking for words that are the same or words that are different. It has the part of speech, so it's an adjective. So nice is a describing word. It means it describes something. And it says pleasing or comforting. So usually in a mild or general way. So let's see. We have what a nice day. He's a nice boy. That's a nice haircut. You did a nice job cutting the lawn. I had a nice nap. And here are some words that are synonyms of nice. You could have pleasant. We spent a pleasant afternoon in the park. She was a very pleasant personality, so you could use those instead of nice. Agreeable is a synonym. It means the same as nice. Ken is an agreeable person. This is an agreeable day. So these are words that we can use instead of nice. Also, look up here. We have good-natured. So Rebecca is good-natured instead of saying Rebecca is nice. Delightful. We spent a delightful weekend camping by a beautiful lake instead of saying we spent a nice weekend. Fantastic. So instead of saying I had a fantastic day, instead of saying I had a nice day, you could say I had a fantastic day. So thesauruses are really great for looking up words if you want to use a different word that means the same thing. So if you wanted a different word than nice, here are some words that you could use instead of nice. That's what a synonym is. It means it's another word that means the same thing.
But it also tells you other words, which are the ones in blue: pleasant, agreeable, good-natured, delightful, and fantastic, that you can use in place of the word nice. They are synonyms for the word nice. Time to review. Today we learned about dictionaries, and their main use is to find definitions.
Okay, and if you look, there's Miss T's example of a dictionary.
Encyclopedias have articles with important information covering a range of topics. They're really good if you need to know key facts about a subject. The last reference source that we looked at was the thesaurus, and we mainly use that to come up with synonyms or other words in place of commonly used words. That's all for today's reference materials. Tune in next time to learn more about an atlas and an almanac. Thanks for learning.
Okay, guys, good job. So, if you remember, let's look. So the encyclopedia is what you would use when you want to find facts or information about a specific topic. Dictionaries are, like this one here, is what you would use when you want to find the definition, like what a word means. And then a thesaurus, remember, is a book that you would use when you're trying to find other words. So like if you wanted another word, if you wanted something to replace nice, then you could look in a thesaurus and see what other words mean the same thing as nice, but I could use that word instead of nice. And we saw that. Okay, good job, guys. All right, so let's take a look. Okay, so we're going to do this together. And you can also practice this if your mom or dad or someone goes to turtlediary.com, or you can always just Google dictionary practice, and there's a lot of different things that you guys could use to practice using a dictionary. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay. So how to use a dictionary. So let's look.
Play.
Let's hit play and see what happens. Okay. So its lesson is learn to see words in a dictionary. So game 1 is arrange words alphabetically. This is very important because words are in A, B, C order in a dictionary. So being able to put words in ABC order is a very important skill. So let's take a look.
Arrange the words into alphabetical order.
Okay, guys, so let's take a look. My first word is train. Starts with a T. My second word is bus. It starts with a B. Then I have ship with an S. And then I have car, which starts with a C. So I have a T, a B, an S, and a C. So let's think about our ABCs. Okay. A, do we have any words that start with an A? Nope, so we can keep going. B, do we have any words that start with a B? Yes, we do. We have bus. So Miss T is going to type in the word bus. Okay, let's look again. So we have a T, an S, and a C. So we did our A's, we did our B's, C. Oh, we sure do. We have one right there for C. So we're going to put in car. Good job. So we've used bus and we used car. So now we have train and ship left. So let's do our ABCs. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. Do we have a word that starts with an S? We sure do. Ship. So ship would come next. So Miss T is going to type in ship. And our last word is train, T. So let's start. So we did Q, R, S, T. Yep, T comes after it in the ABCs. So our next word is going to be train. So now our words are in ABC order. B comes first, and then C, and then S, and then T. Good job, Gators. Awesome. Let's do one more. Okay, we have wolf, which starts with a W, tiger, which starts with a T, fox, which starts with an F, and lion, which starts with an L. So let's think. Let's say our ABCs and see which one would come first in ABC order. A, B, C, D, E, F. Yep, we have one that has an F, so fox would come first. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Do we have an L? We sure do, right here. So our next one is going to be lion. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. Do we have a T? We sure do. Tiger. That would come next. Q, R, S, T, U, V, W. So our last one would be wolf. Good job, guys. So let's see if we were right. Excellent. And knowing your ABCs and putting things in ABC order is super important when you're using a dictionary and when you're using a thesaurus, because you want to be able to find your words easily and quickly. Let's just do one of these and then we'll go on to the next thing. Well, now, wow, look at this. Uh-oh, these all start with the same letter, S. So what in the world am I supposed to do? Well, I think, what do you think? We'll go to the next letter after the S. And then we'll put them in order. So I have a P, an H, an N, and an E. So let's look. So let's do our ABCs. A, B, C, D, E. Oh, do we have an E? We sure do. This one, second letter is an E, seagull. So I'm going to type in seagull for my first word. So let's keep going. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Ooh, do I have an H? I sure do. Right here. So shirt is going to be my next word. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Do I have an N? Sure do, right here. So remember, I'm looking at my second letters after my S. So snake would be my next one. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Ooh, I sure do. I have a P right there in spider. So spider will be my last one to put in ABC order. Let's see. Yay, we got it. All right, guys, good job. So that was really good in practicing putting them in ABC order. And then we even did a harder one where the word started with the same letter and we had to go to the second letter. So here, let's do one more. So all these start with a C, so I've got to go to the second letter. So I have cow, second letter's O, class, second letter's L, candy, the second letter's A, and cricket, the second letter's R. So let's do our ABCs. A, oh, yep, right there, candy. So let's type in candy. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Ooh, do we have an L? We sure do. Right here in class. So our next word is going to be class. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. I sure do, right there in cow. Cow's going to be my next one. P, Q, R. Yep, right there. Cricket. So cricket will be the last one in ABC order. Excellent. Okay, guys, good job. All right, so we are going to...
Do you want to exit? Yes.
Okay, so we are going to go ahead and stop that for right now. Okay, so good job. So we practiced how to use a dictionary. We practiced how to put things in ABC order. Now let me take one more look. Okay.
Exit. Play.
All right, and let's do this one. Choose the correct page, left or right. Oh, let's
On
look at
which
this one.
page the word
Action.
will appear?
Okay, so let's look. We have A, C, T. So let's look. Well, over here we have AC and AC. Over here we have AF and AG. Well, this is AF and AG, so I don't think an AC word is going to be on this page, but these both start with AC, so I think that action would go on this page.
On which page the word
Aged.
will appear?
Okay, let's look. We have AG is what aged starts with. Well, over here we have an AF and an AG, but over here we have words baby and backdate. So we definitely know that age starting with an A wouldn't be on a page that starts with a B. So I would say it's going to go on these that start with an A.
On which page the word
Backbone.
will appear?
Okay, so let's look. Backbone starts with BA. Okay, on this page, I have baby and backdate, which are both start with BA. Over here, I have bottom and bow, which is BO, BO. While BA, you're not going to find BA on BO, right? But you would find BA with other BA words. So that would be that one. Good job.
On which page the word
Cargo.
will appear?
Okay, so let's look. CA. Well, these both start with a B, so we know they wouldn't be on that page. And these both have CA words, and this is a CA word. So I would make my guess it would be on this page.
On which page the word
Cargo.
will appear?
Now, cargo starts with a C. These start with C's, and this page also starts with C's. But cargo starts with CA. So over here, we have CA, but over here we have CH. So since A comes before H, I would go with the page that has CA words on it, since cargo is a CA word.
On which page the word
Chain.
will appear?
Okay, so CH. Well, these are CH words, and these are words did and difficult that start with D's. So my C word definitely is not going to be on a page with words that start with a D. So I would guess it would be on the CH page.
On which page the word
Diet.
will appear?
Okay, this one's a little harder, so let's look. It starts with DI, but did and difficult start with DI, and did and dill start with dig and dill start with DI. So now we got to go to the third letter. Ooh, it's getting a little harder. DIE. So let's look. So I have a DID here and a DIF. So does an E go between a D and an F in the alphabet? Let's say our ABCs. A, B, C, D, E, F. Yep, so my E is going to be in between the D and the F on this page. Now if I looked over here, I've got dig and dill, so I have a G and an L. And if I did my ABCs, A, B, C, D, E, I haven't even gotten to the G yet, so it's not going to be on this page. So diet would go over here.
On which page the word
Digit.
will appear?
Okay, so I have DIG. Well, if I look over here, I've got DIG and DIL. Over here, well, these words start with an E. So I can know for sure that my digit, my D word, is not going to go on the page with the E words. So I can be assured that digit would be on my D page.
On which page the word
Everybody.
will appear?
Okay, so this one's a little harder, but everybody starts with an EV. And if you look over here, these both start with EL, elbow and electricity. Well, if you're doing your ABCs, L comes long before V. So we know that an EV word would not be on an EL page for elbow and electricity. But if I go over here, I have an EV word and an EX word. Well, everybody's an EV word, so you can guess that everybody would go on this one because my EVE would go in between this EVE and EX. Because you have QRSTUVWXYZ. So my EV would go on this page.
On which page the word
Everybody.
will appear?
Okay, guys, this is our last one. So EV for everybody. Well, if I look over here, these both start with E. If I look over here, these start with F. So I know a word that starts with an E is not going to go on a page with words that start with an F. So I'm going to guess that my everybody would go on my ever and exactly page.
Well done. You have completed this level. Now try the next one.
Okay, guys, this is all we're going to do for right now. You did an excellent job. But like I said, you can always Google. Mom and Dad can Google dictionary practice or how to use a dictionary. And you can actually do some extra practices by yourself on the computer.
Do you want to exit? Yes.
Okay. All right, guys, good job. So that was some good dictionary practice. Now we are going to listen to a brain pop video about the thesaurus. And if you remember, a thesaurus is what we use to find synonyms or antonyms. So words that mean the same or words that mean different. So let's listen to what Annie and Moby have to say about thesaurus.
Ellen the elephant is very big. Right, she's large, and she's also enormous. Yep, she's massive too. You're right, she is colossal. All these words are synonyms, Moby. No, not cinnamon. Synonyms. What are synonyms? A synonym is a word that has the same or almost the same meaning as another word. I love watermelon. It's so yummy. Right. It's also tasty and delicious. Yep, this watermelon is scrumptious. These words have almost the same definitions or meanings, so they're synonyms. How can you use synonyms when you write? Well, synonyms can make your writing stronger and more interesting. Let's see. Moby's prank makes Mia mad. I can find a much better word than mad. Moby's prank makes Mia angry. No, wait. Moby's prank makes Mia furious. The word furious has a similar meaning to mad, but it's a lot stronger. The right synonym can really help get your message across. But where can you find synonyms? Whenever I write, I like to keep a thesaurus handy. That's a dictionary, Moby. It tells you words and their definitions. A thesaurus is a book that lists words and their synonyms. This thesaurus also lists antonyms. What is an antonym? An antonym is a word that has the opposite meaning of another word. Ellen the elephant is big. Mark the mouse is small. The words big and small are antonyms. I can think of tons of antonyms, like light and dark, empty and crowded, popular and unpopular, trusting and suspicious. Learning new synonyms and antonyms makes me a better writer. It's just a tiny, little, miniature, itty-bitty mouse.
Okay. So she used a lot of synonyms in that last sentence. Okay. So let's take our easy quiz. Let's see what we learned.
Start.
Okay. So what is an antonym for late? And remember, antonym means opposite. So what would be the opposite of late?
Tomorrow. Clock. End. Early.
So what would be the opposite of late? If you're not going to be late to somewhere, what would you be? Let's think. I agree. Good job. Early. Excellent. Okay.
How can you write this sentence using a synonym? Moby is a smart robot.
So let's think. What synonym could we use for smart?
How can you write this?
Okay.
Moby is a boring robot.
So could boring mean the same as smart?
Moby is a bright robot. Moby is a slow robot. Moby is a speedy robot.
So let's think about it. Boring? No, boring doesn't mean the same as smart. Slow doesn't mean the same as smart. And speedy doesn't mean the same as smart. But let's look at the word bright and the letter B.
Moby is a bright robot.
Now, a lot of times you can use the word bright to mean like the sun is really bright or the light is really bright. But this is something that you're going to learn today. You can also use the word bright to talk about somebody who's really smart. So instead of saying she is such a smart student, you could say she is such a bright student, meaning that you think she's really smart.
Moby is a bright robot.
Okay, good job. So what is a thesaurus? Let's see if we've learned anything today.
What is a thesaurus? A book that gives definitions of words. A book that lists synonyms of words. A book that lists words that rhyme. A book that lists important events for the year.
Well, we just talked about a thesaurus, and Annie and Moby went over what a thesaurus, what kind of words it has in it. And if we remember, they said that a thesaurus has synonyms and antonyms. So,
a book that lists synonyms of words.
So if you're looking for a word that means the same thing that you would want to replace it with, you would use a thesaurus.
A book that lists synonyms of words.
Good job. Why are synonyms useful when you write?
They can help you use a dictionary.
Well, we don't have synonyms in dictionaries.
They can help you teach how to do something.
Okay, well, synonyms are good if you're trying to find a word that means the same, but it's not going to really teach you how to do something.
They can help make your writing more powerful. They can make paragraphs for you.
Well, they're not going to be able to make paragraphs for you, but they can make your writing more powerful. Instead of using smart, you could use the word bright. Instead of using the word small, you could use the word tiny. Instead of using the word big, you could use the word enormous. So it would make your writing more powerful, more interesting.
They can help make your writing more powerful.
Good job, guys. And what is an antonym for fiction? So remember, fiction means fake, means make-believe. And remember, antonyms are words that mean the opposite. So what is the opposite of fiction?
Nonfiction.
I think it's nonfiction, but let's look at the other ones.
Short story. Book. Fable.
Okay, because a short story and a fable are types of fiction, so they wouldn't be opposite. And fiction is usually in a book, but it's not the opposite. So what's the opposite of fiction? Right, I think it's nonfiction. Excellent. Good job, guys.
Nonfiction.
All right, you got 5 out of 5. Moby's doing the dance. Do the dance with them. I know you guys like to do this dance when you get all the answers right on a brain pop. Do. Good job, guys. Okay, so we have learned and practiced about reference sources, about encyclopedias, dictionaries, and thesauruses. And you guys practiced using dictionaries, doing the ABC order, and if a word would be on a certain page with the guide words. And we watched a video about thesaurus and using a thesaurus, and we did our the quiz at the end of the video, and you guys did such an awesome job. And remember, on our KWL chart, we had how do we use the reference sources and what kind of information are in the sources. So next week or the week after, when I come back with another video, we will talk more about reference sources, and we will be able to fill out the L, what you learned about reference sources. All right, guys, great job. And until next time, I'm glad that I was with you guys, and I will be getting out the other reference video after spring break. So have a great spring break, enjoy it with your families, and take care. Bye-bye.